The Legio Gryphonicus is a loyalist Titan legion of the Legio Titanicus, one of the military arms of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Regarded by many as one of the greatest of all Titan legions and an exemplar of its kind, the Legio Gryphonicus, or War Griffons to give them their more common appellation, suffered a trial by fire during the dark days of the Horus heresy, and remained true to their oaths to the Imperium and unwavering in battle against the traitor legions. Millennia later, in 997 M41, the homeworld of the Legio Gryphonicus would suffer the devastation wrought upon it by the tyranids of Hive Fleet Leviathan. Griffon IV, the world of the Legio's founding, located in the segmentum tempestus, was known to have been a seat of technological might according to ancient myths predating the Age of Strife, and so formed one of the earliest attempts of the Martian mechanicum to reach out into the darkness during the Age of Strife. While many such missions resulted in failure, doomed before the Emperor of Mankind's intervention in the creation of the Navis Nobilitae, and many of the mechanicum arcs were sundered or lost without trace, the expedition to Griffon IV met with great success. This was likely a process of conquest over what local inhabitants remained, rather than the colonisation on the mechanicum's part. Although the truth of this matter has long since been sealed and forgotten by the Imperial, what is known is that after the founding of the Forge World of Griffon IV, it quickly established itself as a power in its own right, expanding to dominate a pocket empire of 8 nearby star systems, which came to be known as the Griffon Octad. Over the centuries that followed, the mechanicum domain prospered and managed to maintain communication, albeit infrequent and fragmented, with distant Mars. Swearing its domains and arms to the service of the Great Crusade, Griffon marched to war at the Emperor's call, and would see its Titan Legion, one of the largest and most ably equipped outside Mars, see immediate action on many battlefronts. Having extensive experience and proven tactical doctrines in fighting alongside the infantry forces of the Griffon Octad, the Legio Gryphonicus quickly gained a reputation for skill in close support of ground troops, and so was much in demand for assignment to the various expeditionary fleets. The Legio, however, was loath to split its forces unduly on deployment, and instead served generally as an independent heavy contingent, assigned to various war zones as strategic needs demanded it. This in turn led to Legio Gryphonicus amassing battle honours alongside the Dark Angels, Imperial Fists, and Death Guard Legions Astartes at various times, and their inclusion in the order of battle for some of the most famous and vital campaigns of the Great Crusade, such as the Rangdan Genocides and the Ulanor Crusade. The martial culture of the War Griffons was one of fierce pride and honour. They valued discipline and skill amongst their Titan crew highly, and each princeps and moderati strove to add glory to their own name and that of their bloodline and legio, much in the manner of their kin in the Knight houses. Each Titan of the Legio Gryphonicus in consequence became noted as being a visual testament to the war engine's own history of war, as well as the distinctions and battle honours earned by its crew. So it was that when the War Griffons went striding to war, thunderous sirens howling and bedecked in heraldic banners proclaiming their might, it was taken as a sign to rejoice by the Imperialis Auxilia, who held the Legio's arrival as an avatar of victory or salvation in the midst of battle. The lust for glory and individual achievement within the Legio's ranks did, however, lead to legendary rivalries amongst princeps, and highly structured mechanisms were imposed for resolving such affairs of honour through duelling, a tradition which was held in abeyance, however, during open battle. Such martial temper also led for some of its commanders, particularly those assigned to god engines such as the warhounds, already noted for their aggressive animus, to develop reputations for impetuosity in battle and refusal to retreat even when faced with the most overwhelming odds. Key also to their character was a fanatical loyalty to the emperor and the ideals of the Imperium, beyond that even to their ties to the mechanicum. It was this loyalty that was to count them among the War Master's foes without question when he turned traitor. As the Great Crusade progressed into its latest phases, the success of the Legio Gryphonicus on campaign, in conjunction with its size, led to it being assigned feudal rights as garrison warders of a number of mechanicum outposts and stations dispersed across the Imperium. This served to both extend the Legio Gryphonicus's range and striking distance from its home base on Griffon 4, with which it had always retained close ties, and finally to splinter its fighting forces into several subgroups rather than the sledgehammer concentration of might it had been used to operating as. At that time, it remained unclear in retrospect whether this was a mere happenstance of fate, or perhaps whether it was part of the War Master's overall plan to scatter major forces he could not directly control prior to his revolt. Regardless of this, when the Horus heresy bloodily erupted, this powerful Titan legion was a scattered force against the rebellion. The tides of war would ensure that it would be the dark years of the Great Scouring before the surviving Titans of the Legio Gryphonicus would gather together again upon their ancient mustering grounds at the plain of Archimedos on the forge world of their founding. Nevertheless, the scattered battle groups of the Legio Gryphonicus participated in many of the bloodiest battles of the Horus heresy, including the Battle of Talarn, where they arrived as part of the first wave of reinforcements.
Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, then please don't forget to like and subscribe to the videos. We also have a Patreon page, an Instagram page, a Twitter page and a Facebook page for you to come and watch also. See you soon. Bye bye.